Today we're hitting 10,000 miles in my Cybertruck, and after 150,000 miles in the Ford F-150 series, including my Ford Lightning, I'm over the hype. But I'm still excited to share, like I would real with a friend, of the embarrassing service lows to the extremes of design and engineering, and then the daily life, what it's like to have these every day. And most importantly, what I wish I knew before I ordered either one of these. I spent a lot of time with each of these, and I thought a lot about what makes this really wild to compare these two. And here it is. This is the F-150 Lightning, and Ford is pro at building workhorse trucks. And this is their first electric truck. And this is the Cybertruck. Tesla is pro at building electric vehicles. And for the first time, this is a truck. Two pros, but two noobs in each other's territory. It's wild. Heads up, guys. Surprise twist at the end. I have really enjoyed both of these trucks. And well, it's not a surprise. I actually had to get rid of the Cybertruck. Actually, it was really weird what happened, but I just saved that for the end. Didn't want to mess up the flow of the video. So anyway, back to the comparison. Go. Both Ford and Tesla made some interesting design and engineering decisions for us that really affect daily life if you own either one of these. Some of them are pretty noob, and some of them are just pro genius level. And I'll share at the end of the video, like really quick, just pros and cons. But first, I want to share some of my absolute favorite features, and then we'll go for a ride. Let me know if you think the Cybertruck is funny or smart in the comments below. Would love to hear. And at the end, even this coffee cup shall reveal the answer for you. So here it is. The Cybertruck, it's futuristic, it's sci-fi, it's like a space rover. It reminds me of the Lost in Space family workhorse, but some hate it, some love it. And every day it's still like piloting a concept car. I'm occasionally shocked, even like when I see a Cybertruck on the road. I mean, it's that dramatic, it's bold, it's daring, and it's always the conversation starter or a conversation ender. So the F-150 Lightning, I mean, it's common, it's familiar, but I wouldn't say it's boring. I mean, it's steady. Think of it like an old, reliable pair of boots. I mean, it's comfortable, it's capable, it's really never letting you down. It's less wow and more well done. I mean, that's not a bad thing. A lot of tech is not praised for its dependability, and it's underrated for stability. Good boy. All right, so into the F-150 Lightning. I mean, you've got buttons everywhere. Physical controls for AC, volume. I've got towing modes. I basically got a click style mission control. It's like a army knife just splayed out everywhere, and all your tools are just in your face. I mean, it may feel reassuring, but it's a bit much. Let's go to the Cybertruck. The Cybertruck is opposite. It's like it's allergic to buttons. Stupid
air conditioner.
I've got one big screen to control absolutely everything. If I want to get to the glove box, it's tapping on the screen. If I want to get to the AC, tapping on the screen. All right, so I thought about this. To keep things fair and share, I wanted to actually focus on the number of buttons to show you how crazy different this is. So what I want to do is just count the buttons. So here's the rule. We'll count all driver reachable buttons. So the touchscreen counts as one, multifunction buttons count as one. I mean, it's no cheating, it's just good engineering. Cybertruck's minimum button approach really equals about 15, maybe 16 buttons, and the F-150 button overload is 60 buttons. So who honestly wins? Actually, neither. I am stuck sharing this screen while I'm in the Tesla, and in the Ford, I feel like I have mystery buttons just cluttering everything up. I'm really looking forward to where Tesla's going. I think they're gonna get to the perfect balance first. All right, before I share my favorite feature about the Cybertruck, I do wanna say, here's a quick thing that kind of wore me out about the Cybertruck. I mean, it is something because of the shape. It changes everything about rear visibility. And this is the back of it, no glass here. But the worst thing is these tiny little cameras, they become essential. Once you adapt to it, I mean, it is fine, but it's never as clear as a good mirror. You would really need ultra high res 8K display and some really nice cameras in the back. I'd say the F-150 standard mirrors and camera combo for parking is a really good, easy feel. It seems to be a lot safer right out of the box. One of my favorite features about EV trucks is storage. I don't do SUVs because I like to keep the dirty, segmented work out of the interior, but not only do you get the truck bed with an EV truck, you also get additional storage, which is really like the biggest win for EV trucks. Yes, my all-time favorite storage zone is definitely the Cybertruck's vault. I mean, it's absolutely great. It's the best of either truck. It's like having a lockable storage building. It's great for supplies, random materials, messy tools, or just not recommended for delicate electronics. It is going to get wet back here if it rains or if you go through a car wash. It's not fully sealed. It's likely to get damp. If it's not raining heavily, I'd put my travel luggage back here, and I feel like the vault will keep it secure. And the vault is just an amazing design and engineering feature. I mean, I love this. If I had sensitive electronics, I'd keep them in the cab with the Cybertruck. Definitely a second favorite storage feature is this frunk of the F-150, but I'll show you real quick. The Cybertruck frunk, and it is really small. I typically will keep jackets in here, some small spare parts, maybe a book bag, but I would say the F-150 frunk is definitely the second best storage feature of either of these trucks. I mean, I can fit a full-size guitar in here. I trust it with PC equipment. It is definitely a 10 out of 10 frunk. I think Ford did away with the engine and instantly used this space really well. All right, guys, if you follow the channel, you know I'm into fresh tech. I love PCs. If you're looking to go deeper with tech as a hobby or maybe consider a tech career, I definitely recommend building a PC as your first step. That's what we'll be doing in the next video, so subscribe. Don't miss it. That's air suspension. And the Cybertruck has it, which allows it to raise lower and higher. The F-150 doesn't have it, but I wouldn't say that's an easy win for the Cybertruck. From my experience, air suspension can mean pricey repairs when your vehicle's not fresh and is out of warranty. And we have no idea of the reliability long-term for the Cybertruck's air suspension. So it's just something to consider. The Cybertruck can go super high for extra off-road fun or super low, helpful for efficiency and easy entry. But I'm cautious about air suspension, really, not declaring it the winner based off that alone. If it never has an issue, definitely an easy win. First thing I noticed in the F-150 is it seems to me a bit quieter, a bit softer ride. It's just pretty smooth. Feels like a grandpa's smooth work truck and not so much a space rover. All right, the F-150's lane assist, it is helpful and it is pretty great, except if you've been in a Tesla with full self-driving. I mean, the lane assist in this truck, it'll do about 90% of the work for you. It stays between the lanes. What I like about it is you can move close to the left lane or close to the right lane without breaking control. Now in the Tesla, you can't do that. You're gonna break control before you move the car. So another thing I like about the F-150 are the lane assist buttons on the control panel on the left on the steering wheel, so you can adjust that as you're driving. Well, the Cybertruck does have full self-driving and it's a game changer. Okay, if we're gonna keep talking about the Cybertruck and full self-driving, might as well go in the Cybertruck next. And I want you to take note of the noise as well. I think the cabin noise is going to be a little louder. We'll use the same mic and same setup for that. All right, let's go for a ride at night where you can see the screen. You see the autopilot, I think a lot nicer. Let's go. Okay, we're going for a drive now, and being driven around by the Cybertruck is pretty awesome. It feels like a cyber tank. I feel safe in it. Metal vehicle, full self-driving, but you do have to pay attention the entire time. It's not like you are completely free from responsibility, but it does take the edge off of long trips. Now, monitoring this vehicle, I wouldn't say it's like monitoring grandma driving the vehicle where you have to watch and you're worried about what she's going to do. It's more like monitoring an inexperienced but talented teenage driver. They're quick, they have good response time, but they're not quite sure what's going on in random cases like this car coming. And there it goes. Okay, envision with me just 1 minute, and I want to hear your opinion through this perspective. You had to choose this Cybertruck, workhorse, lost in space rover, or the good old dependable Lightning, like a good old friend here. And you can't say that you would choose this or that instead, but say you had to choose Cybertruck or F-150 Lightning. What would you choose? Let me know below. Bug!
Get off me, bugs.
No, I cannot give away a Cybertruck. I mean, I might give away a keyboard or a mouse or even a custom PC someday. So hit subscribe while you're leaving that comment. Also say, Adam, get your giveaway set up if you don't see where to enter that giveaway. One thing to add about EVs and trucks. I mean, it is an EV and the power is definitely there. And if you haven't experienced it, I mean, you're in for an ultimate treat. But with a truck, and if you just want to get to work, I mean, you can get there fast, but if you're taking tools and supplies with you, I mean, one step on the pedal and I mean, the stuff in the back, I mean, it's going to be a messy mess back there. All right, great day, guys. I am at the Tesla supercharger station charging my F-150 Lightning. Now, definitely it was going to be a con, the hit and miss of the F-150 early days with the charging network being horrendous compared to Tesla. But now, tomorrow, 2025, and I'm looking forward to 2025 models, you'll be able to maybe just plug right up to the supercharger. But with this 2022, I get a new adapter that's certified. Just plug it up to any supercharging network and go into the app and charge. I'm gonna say Tesla really saved the day for Ford on this one. Thank you, Tesla. So towing dreams. I mean, I definitely had towing dreams with the Cybertruck, looking for maybe like the Airstream to go with the Cybertruck. I think it'd be like a great match. It would look really good. But those really vanished when you realize, you know, on an EV, you're basically gonna crush your range in half towing something that large. Dreams crushed. Okay, so here's my list of pros and cons, keeping it straight to the point here. I really appreciate the pros. I'm an optimistic guy, and I also appreciate those who share the cons when expectations are not met. And then obviously something really wore me out about the Cybertruck, so I'll get to that as a con. So starting with the pros for the Cybertruck, I mean, I absolutely love the semi-protected, the space in the back, the vault. It is really nice. It's great for just about anything, lockable storage building feeling on the back of your truck. Another pro about the Cybertruck is the social connectivity. It really sparks conversation everywhere I go, connecting with people I would have never connected to otherwise. It's been enjoyable in the community, connecting with people, and I do get some, you know, anti-social looks as well. Also, you know, I almost listed the toughness as a con because we've seen the Cybertrucks get beat up and it looks like, oh, it's tough, but it's not. But really, I mean, it is. I'm in a parking lot. I'm not worried anymore about somebody bumping the door like I would be with like a Model S. And the grime on the truck, I mean, it's tough. I left this dirty for quite a while and it seems to actually maybe look a little cooler when it's dirty. So it does have that tough feeling for me. Here's some cons about the Cybertruck. Number one is the service issues. I have a very low VIN. This is one of the first 400 Cybertrucks. A very low VIN Cybertruck, a new vehicle. They were back ordering on parts, so I say kind of stingy on parts when I had a service issue. So it's actually down for a whole 30 days within the first 7 months of having this. And then also I was sent to one of the slowest service centers. So this actually brought the Cybertruck into lemon territory. And that, I mean, it's terrible to have a new vehicle. I do have some patience that could be maybe a little too much. Also, another con beyond the service issues is the rear visibility. I mean, these little cameras, you have to depend on these things for your rear visibility. I mean, I thought this was a big deal. It took me a while to get used to. I've had a couple people drive it and they didn't see. My wife, she's jumped in the thing and it was a couple minutes and then she feels very comfortable driving the truck. Another thing, I think this was a Tesla con in general, is doing simple tasks. I mean, we counted the buttons. You're always on the screen, and when the passenger has like a passenger request and you're trying to look at critical information, you guys are messing around with the screen together, and that's just a weird Tesla con, I would say. So still, I mean, this Cybertruck is 10 out of 10 fun, wild, crazy to drive every day. F-150 Pros, definitely the build quality. After 17,000 miles with this truck, I had over 100,000 miles with other trucks, but 18,000 miles with this truck, zero issues. Feels like it's well built, centuries of truck building experience, super comfortable and very smooth ride with the electric drivetrain. And I feel like my passengers really prefer this over the Cybertruck, especially in town. It's just very smooth. The frunk is definitely one of my favorite storage features on this vehicle. The frunk is large. I think Ford did a good job getting rid of the engine and instantly using that space really well. All right, F-150 cons. I think most of this is going to be solved for 2025 and on, or if you have an adapter you can plug up to the Tesla chargers. But range anxiety was just absolute anxiety fest. I'm trying to charge this things on long trips. Also, the other thing, I mean, this could be a pro, but for me, you know, it doesn't spark any curiosity with other people. It's not a neat looking ride. I mean, it's not a spaceship. It's a work truck. Okay, so why am I here again at the Tesla service center? Well, not for another service issue, not so Tars could see his friends like I'm bringing him to daycare again and again, not so I could see my friends who I have actually got to know at the Tesla service center, but for what Tesla calls a surrender. And it does feel pretty weird to say surrender so that they can buy it back. It's actually me. I surrender for the testing, the beta. I'm trying out the Cybertruck for Tesla. It's been a year. So it's one of the first Cybertrucks. Number 400, I've been told. This is an early truck. This is a lot of testing, a lot of trouble. And I feel like, you know, you try the iOS beta out, you try Windows Canary or developer version out, and you expect some trouble, and you're using it for daily life, even though they say don't use this for your daily driver. But I have been driving, I wouldn't call this a foundation series anymore. I would call it a beta test. So I've enjoyed it. It's been 10 out of 10 fun to drive. I've enjoyed the connecting with people. And so here I am ranting just a little bit because I'm about to surrender my Cybertruck. It was actually the first Cybertruck delivery here at Pensacola. So I enjoy the people, great people, but this service center is a disaster. The facility wise, I mean, it's an absolute disaster. I don't know if there's a worse service center out there as far as congestion and density. I mean, there's Teslas piled up in the woods here, just driving up down the street. But again, I'm an optimistic guy. The positives here is closer to me by about 10 miles is a Tallahassee service center. But surrender time. It's been about 30 days since I dropped off the Cybertruck. I wanted to wrap this up nicely for anybody still with me. The Cybertruck wasn't just smart. It definitely wasn't just funny. It was fun art, and it was a true experience. It was completely fun to drive. And it was a piece of art, like nothing else on the road. And even the engineering I would call art. It was just cool piece of tech. I definitely respect Tesla, the engineers, not just Elon Musk, but the whole team, specifically the Model 3 to the Model 3 Highland, the 2024 version. And I think about that when I think about the Cybertruck really needing some enhancements. So you got the Model 3 and then the Highland. I mean, this set of upgrades to the Highland version is absolutely phenomenal. It really changes the vehicle, the feel. It's quieter, it's smoother. I think the future is great. I think the Cybertruck with this Highland set of updates, and I expect nothing less from Tesla. Not that they owe me or any of us anything, but that's just how they work. They're gonna get this thing refined for us, and I really hope they shave down some of those bleeding edges, figuratively and physically. Maybe I'll revisit it after feedback loop. I would really hope for some upgrades if I go get another one. I'm undecided here. 30 days, no Cybertruck. Back to the F-150. I have a lot of thoughts about that too. I mean, that's a video, 30 days post Cybertruck or 30 days Goodbye Cybertruck, something like that. All right, remember, my channel is not about EVs. It's not about trucks. It's about fresh tech and how tech can really push you forward to get more done in life. It can help support you. What do you want to do? What are your dreams? Hobby in tech, definitely encourage building a PC as a great first step. If you haven't already, a career in tech, build a PC. Adds to your confidence, competent loop. It really gets you started. So that's what we're doing here. Maybe for the next video. See you then.